I'm not a victim of my of my thinking. Now I can tell when these things it comes to my mind, and I have the options to stop. Now it's
Yes.
different.
Hey traders, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So today I've got a very special guest on. He's one of my clients, Diego. He joined up for the 12-week Trader Accelerator program, which is basically a deep dive into trading psychology and really optimizing his mindset for trading. Obviously, we work on other things like strategy, routine specific, optimizing that, but it's really a main focus on emotional intelligence. And Diego has had a real massive change from when he started to when he finished. It's been quite extraordinary. So I had to get him on and talk a bit about his experience and hopefully give you guys a bit more info about it as well for those who are wondering about joining. So welcome, Diego. How are you? And yeah, if you could just tell us a little bit about yourself and your journey, that would be great.
Thank you, Alan. Yeah, I am Diego. I live in Mexico. I've been trading for 10 years, maybe. I started with the stocks, then I moved to futures trading, and it's been quite a journey. It's it's not for everybody, but I'm glad I started in this world, and now that I took the course with you, I learned a lot of things, how the mind works, and how your thinking process can affect many aspects of your life. So yeah, it's been
Yeah,
a good journey.
yeah, yeah, it's an amazing journey trading on the mindset. You think you go into trading thinking it's all about technicals, and then you hit that roadblock, don't you, where you realize actually it's more about what's up here. And you can know
Exactly.
all the technicals, but if you don't know how to manage your emotions and your thoughts, then you're toast. And yeah, you showed obviously that you were serious about this, and that's when you came to me. So I'm just wondering if you could just share how you were feeling about your training mindset before starting the program. Where were you at before you joined me?
Yeah, yeah. In this 10-year journey, uh, in some part of the way you'll read something about the psychology of trading and how important it is for you to become a successful trader.
Yeah.
And I knew it. I have read many books about it, and I know my psychology. I have to think in my psychology to get this done. The technical part, as you said, is not really hard. I'm an engineer, so I got it really,
Yeah.
really fast. But then some, something was missing, and I didn't know what it was. Um, I have a good system. I have everything to be really successful at this. But I don't know. I knew that the psychology was very important, but I didn't know what pieces were missing
Mm.
because I learned how to think as a trader and everything, but there were technical aspects of the thinking process that I didn't knew about, and that's why I learned from your book. I bought your book. That's how I
You
knew
started.
about you. Yeah,
Yeah.
and the book I really like it, and it's different from other books, and that's what I like, and that's how I got in touch with you.
Brilliant. Brilliant. Um, but yeah, just touching on what you said there. So yeah, a lot of traders, it's bridging that knowing doing gap. There's that in between bit where they know what to do, but they're not doing it. And that middle bit is how you think, and that's specifically something we worked on in our time together. We worked on detach mindfulness, learning to detach from your thoughts, become the observer, and then we worked a bit on attention training as well, didn't we? Where we could learn to redirect our attention, and when you combine them two together, it's a powerful tool to use in your trading. Could you talk a little bit about that, actually, Diego? How you found that part of the training?
Yeah, that's what I like about the process because in all the books that I have read, it's like overwhelming all the concepts that you read in the book, and this this course with you, it's very different because I don't know, you have like a process where you divide all the aspects that you need to learn and to master to become like a very hard mind to trade well.
Mhm.
And it's like a very easy process. You start the week one with one little thing that you have to do, one little exercise that you have to do, and then the next week another, and then when you notice, you change your mind completely and your thinking process, and you know how the thoughts affect many things, and
Yeah.
it's very easy. It's very easy to take this course.
Yeah, well, that's great to hear. And I like how you touched on that specific thing, one thing, you know, it's so important, just focus on one thing at a time. So
Yeah.
anyone who's struggling with trading, strip it down. What's the one thing you could do right now that will help you improve? Once you can nail it down to that, then it's just a matter of focusing on that one thing, and then you move on to the next. And that's kind of what we did with the coaching. They say you shouldn't do more than one thing at a time because you end up you end up not doing it basically. But if you only have one thing to focus on, you can put all your energy into that instead of splitting it between different things, which I think is important. Um, so how would you say your mindset and your approach to trading now? How has it changed since starting the program? Yeah.
At the beginning, I was like very anxious. I didn't know how to deal with losses. It was a hard part for me. I know the losses are part of trading, and it's like the cost of having a business, but it was hard for me. And always try to focus on profits like everybody, uh,
Mhm.
but I didn't focus on how to deal with the losses. And
Yeah.
that's how this new way of thinking taught me to learn that losses are part of the game, that I have to deal with them, but that you will have thoughts when you have the loss that
Mhm.
you have to isolate, and don't listen to them. And I don't know, it's very easy for me now to take care of it. So it's, I don't know, it's a big change in this 12-week process.
Yeah. Yeah. No, yeah, and what you touched on then, learning to deal with your thoughts, that is the key, and you're still going to have these thoughts, but you don't talk to them. That's what I like what you said there. That's something we kept hanging on about, learning together. You just have to see this voice as like a reporter,
Mm,
an annoying paparazzi asking you questions, but you have the choice not to answer. You can just say no comment, um,
yeah.
and redirect your focus to what you need to do. And that's one of the strategies we use, performance exercise. So postponing the worry, leaving it till later. Because when you start ruminating over the thoughts or worrying about the thoughts, you start
Yeah.
attaching to them and seeing them as real. And that's where it affects your trading, and your next one. So, learning to have a different thought strategy is key, not having a negative one, negative coping strategies. So, it's deep stuff, but it was quite simple the way we went about it. Would you agree, Diego?
Yeah, it was very
Yeah,
simple. As I said, it's like step one, step two, step three, and it's
yeah,
really simple exercises that at the end, all together,
yeah,
makes a big difference. And I like about it. I also learned that there is always tomorrow, and because I used to think that I want to be profitable this day.
yeah,
I have to be green this day, and I changed my way of thinking about it. Now I know there is tomorrow, there is next week, there is next month, because as I told you, I took like a month and a half off of trading for the
yeah,
first time in 10 years,
yeah.
and
Big
and
step.
yeah, it was a
Yeah,
big step for me because I was used to trade every day. Every day I have to trade, and I have to be profitable. And then I noticed that it doesn't matter. You can skip at one day, you can skip a week. The market will always be there, and there will always be tomorrow. And you don't have to get anxious about it.
yeah. No, I totally agree. And that was, I remember when we were doing that. and that was one of the focuses. You know, reducing. You know, we reduced your trades per
Yeah,
day, and yeah, I can't remember when exactly, but it hit home, didn't it? And you know, when you took that time off, you took. I remember you initially took a few days off. You took the choice, and that moment made you realise that you know there's still trades coming. There's still trades. There's still opportunities, and I could see the little switch in your head when that happened, and it was great to
yeah,
see. And I think that became one of your skills as well after working together, where you know if you're not in a good place, you just take time off now, don't you? And you
exactly.
know that's kind of like your way to recharge and recenter yourself. Yeah, would you agree on that?
Yes, and it's not easy.
Mm.
It's really not easy. I don't know. Maybe it was all the exercise that we did, but 1 year ago, it was for me impossible to think about quitting trading for 2 days. Maybe it was
Yeah,
very very hard, and also it was very hard for me the part of taking just one trade a day. But that was like the little detail that really helped me because I was used to maybe with the FOMO, you know, the FOMO thing. Uh,
mhm,
I used to have, and my way of thinking was I might take this trade. I don't care if it loses. I can take another, but then another and another and another. It was like a snowball of maybe bad trades that I shouldn't have taken.
yeah,
And this thing of just one trade a day just helped me focus on my process, on my setups, and just take one good setup. That's all I need.
yeah, yeah. That was the willpower stage when we were optimizing your focus basically. So what we did is we reduced your trading to one trade a day, and we so this would reduce your hours as well, the amount of time you were spending in front of the charts. So how I described it to Diego was like your focus is basically like a cell phone battery. It can deplete with multiple
Yeah,
uses the longer you stay at your charts. So what we want to do is optimize it. So we started small and then we found the sweet spot for Diego. But basically we did a task where you can only take one trade a day and you have to do it for so long. And with that, he noticed that his trading was actually improving. Um, and he was just happier and things like that. So optimizing your willpower and your focus is essential because if you're sat in front of the screen for 8 hours a day, which is what I think Diego was doing, trading, I mean, I don't know how many trades you take, say 20 trades a day, 8 hours sat in
yeah,
front of the screen, that focus was depleting. And once it's depleted, you're susceptible to emotional trading then, you know, everything goes out the window. So yeah, that was something we specifically worked on optimizing it and then finding that sweet spot where, you know, you trade it at your best. Um,
hmm
so yeah, very powerful stuff. Would you say that was what would you say is the specific strategy that you learned from the program that's had the biggest positive impact on your performance? We might have already talked about it, but is there anything else that you think?
I think the main thing that I learned here is awareness. That
Yeah.
now I am aware of how my brain thinks, and I am aware when the anxiousness come in, and as
Mhm.
you said, when the I have depleted all my I don't know how to tell, but uh,
Focus, willpower.
yeah, when I'm starting to lose control, I am aware now.
Mm.
I'm not a victim of my of my thinking now. I can tell when these things it comes to my mind, and I have the options to stop. Now it's
Yes.
different.
Yeah.
I just get up, take a walk or something,
Yeah.
and that's something, and I was not used to do. So I think
Yeah.
this is the main thing: awareness, to become
Yeah.
aware of that little things that triggers all the problems.
Yeah, brilliant. And that word awareness is my favorite word, you know. And yeah, that just when you said that, then I was like, yeah, he's got it. You know, awareness is key. Once you're aware of your triggers, you know, of how you react to them, how you think, you know, how you usually used to think to them, you know, instead you become the observer of it. You know, you become a third party to these thoughts that used to affect you and you have that
Yeah,
moment, that space to make a decision, don't you? Where you can say, right, okay, I know this thought, you know, or trigger. I'm not going to react to it. I'm going to do what's right. Um, and yeah, that just having that skill, I think that's the most important skill in creating that awareness of yourself. You know, when you realize your mind is starting to try and take over, and you can just observe it. Very, very powerful.
Yeah, because most of the time you are aware after everything happened.
Yes. Yeah.
After everything happened and everything, you make a lot of mistakes, and then when everything cools down, you are aware of what you did. But now I become aware when it's happened, before it happens, and when it's starting to happen. So I can prevent like a lot of things, like the snowball that every trader is using.
Yeah. So it's so key before being aware before. Yeah, like I said, most people they don't realize till after the fact, and they're like, "What just happened?" You know, it just happened so fast. But when you can have that awareness before these things have a chance to spread the wildfire, you can stop it, and that is the key. That is the number one skill that a trader needs. I agree. Next question, Diego. So, how did you find the support and guidance throughout the program?
Amazing. You was always there, and I want to thank you because you did something for me that I was not expecting, and I want to thank you here publicly. So thank you so much. You were always there supporting me. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it, Diego. So how has your consistency and discipline improved as a result of implementing what you've learned in the program?
A lot of things change in my life in this process, not just with the trading, but in my life personally. As I told you, I used to be a marathon runner. That now I have an injury and I can't run anymore. So I had like a lack of discipline after my injury. It was hard for me to do exercise and that kind of things. And now it's with this process, with this 12 weeks with you, I have now, maybe I don't have the motivation one day, but I have the discipline to do some exercise as part of my daily schedule, because in this trading thing, I learned that you have to have a structure in your day. It's a very important part of it, and you have to follow every step that you have written in your agenda. So I think that helped me not just in my trading, but in my life in general.
Yeah, no, spot on. Like you just said, structure. True trading is boring, isn't it? You wake up at the same time, you trade at the same time, you take the same trade. It's monotonous. Which is not what a lot of traders want. I don't think. I think a lot of them go in for the action. Maybe subconsciously they don't realize it, but they're after action. They're not after making money. And you need to know the difference. So what advice would you give to other traders who may be considering investing in a trading psychology program like this one?
It's the best money they can invest. Really, for me, it was not easy to have the money really to take this, but I make the effort, and I'm 100% satisfied with it. I'm glad I did. And I think if you have the opportunity to do this like at the beginning of your trading career, it will be a totally life-changing. So I will suggest that if you're starting in this, make the effort, take the time, and do it, because it will change completely the way things will develop in the future.
Brilliant. Thank you, Diego. So just two more questions. And how has working with me helped you overcome any mental barriers or limiting beliefs that were holding you back in your trading? So was there anything, any limiting beliefs or mental barriers beforehand that you were struggling to overcome?
For me, I think it was my self-confidence. I have like a lack of. I know I can do it. I know I have the skills, but there were certain things in my life when I was a child that affect me with my self-confidence. And now it's, I don't know, so like taking something out of my eyes, and now I can see that I can do it, and I can do it. I have the confidence. I know how to do it. I have all my process, all my new way of thinking.
Yeah.
So for me, that's it. Now I am more confident about my skills, and I'm sure that I can do it.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. I love it. So finally, Diego, so how do you envision your trading journey evolving moving forward now that you've completed the program? What next?
Keep trading. For me,
Yeah,
it's just keep trading, but with this new mindset, taking step by step, not rushing things, and with a larger time frame for getting results. You know, not expecting that today must be a good day. It can be, you can have a bad day today. It doesn't matter. Tomorrow it's another day. So I have now like a longer time frame to see the results in my trading. That's
yeah,
the main thing.
yeah, brilliant. Yeah, I think long term, not short term results. Keep that
Exactly.
perspective. You know, basically you're thinking probabilistically now instead of emotionally, which is
Exactly.
where you want to be from a trader standpoint. So yeah, Diego, fantastic interview there. I really enjoyed speaking with you. Always a pleasure. Always enjoyed talking to you. One of my faves. But yeah, thanks for coming on, and I'll speak to you soon, my friend. Um,
Thank you.
yeah, cheers, man. So thank you everyone for watching. If you like this video, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and comment below if you've got any questions as well, or any ideas for future videos as well, whenever you want. So thanks for watching. See you soon. Thanks, Diego.
Thank you.